Hello everyone. This video introduces you to the law of contract, its objects and nature. This is Dr. Mariam Narona. So chapter 1 of the law of contract as per the third year BCom 2013 pattern of Savitribai Phule Pune University or SPPU as it is known. In this video we will just be discussing the introductory part of the law of contract, the objects of the law and the nature of the law of contract. Contracts are intrinsically linked with our lives. They are the foundation of many a personal and professional relationship which we establish in our lives. We are consciously and unconsciously forming contracts every day without even realizing it. So when you go out and stand on the road and an auto just stops for you to board the auto, or you just raise your hand, they know that you are looking for a ride. So this is like a contract which you form very unconsciously. You don't even realize. It is understood that when you board the auto rickshaw that you will tell him your destination, or before you board you will tell him, and then if he says all right, then you board the auto rickshaw, and when you disembark, that time you will make the payment for it. So these are contracts which we form every day. Like we buy vegetables from a vegetable vendor, but we don't really regard it as a contract because there's hardly any billing. If he's just a vendor with a hand cart or something like that, there's no bill or anything like that. We will haggle with him and we'll pay him the price that we think is appropriate and which he accepts. So throughout our lives, we are, and every day we are sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously forming contracts. Then we, by forming these contracts or entering into these contracts, we create legal rights and obligations for ourselves and for others. So whenever we accept an employment opportunity, so and we sign the contract, or we receive an offer letter and we accept it, so we are bound by the terms and conditions in that offer letter, and also our employer is bound to provide whatever he promises to do so in that letter. So in this way, whatever contracts we establish with several you could say companies or service organizations or other people per se, the contract creates mutual rights and obligations for the parties connected with the contract. Contracts shape our interactions and dealings. They give it a certain definiteness which otherwise remains very vague. So your employment contract or your offer letter outlines how much you will be paid, what are your duties, what are you entitled to, like your duties, your rights, your privileges. And this is very necessary because otherwise it would be very vague. So contracts give our interactions a certain definite shape. Let's just discuss the objects of the law of contract. The law of contract is, the Indian Contract Act 1872. It's like the mother of all laws governing various contracts which are entered into. And the objects of the law of contract are that it ensures that rights and obligations which are created by contracts are respected, because otherwise in the absence of contracts, or in the absence of guidelines relating to what is breach or what are the remedies for breach, there would be no way for us to ensure that the opposite party fulfills their rights and obligations which are created thereof, or even for that matter, we fulfill our rights and obligations. Then ensuring that promises are fulfilled, um, then that meeting expectations, that is whatever are your expectations with regard to performance of the contract, in what way, in what manner that would be fulfilled. Like for example, you buy something and you choose a website, an online shopping site, because your that meets your expectations for convenience. Everything is door delivered, you don't need to go out anywhere. So the law of contract helps us to meet our expectations through the contracts which we enter into. And very important object is that remedies and redressal is available to you if you are aggrieved, if somebody cheats you, or they do not fulfill their part of the contract or deal. You have a right to some remedies, you have recourse to some remedies, you can seek redressal, and all this is made possible by the law of contract. What is the nature of the law of contract? Now, the law of contract basically is a set of principles or guidelines, and it is in existence not to dictate but to guide the formation and enforcement of contracts. So there is nothing definitely set out in the law of contract. It's very broad. It functions almost like, you would say, like a framework, and within that you may form and enforce contracts. Then the terms and conditions of the contract are defined by contracting parties within this framework. So depending on whatever is suitable or acceptable to the promisor and the promisee, or the offerer and the offeree, or the parties connected with the contract, the terms and conditions are specified. Sections 1 to 75 of the Indian Contract Act deal with general principles of the law of contracts, and the remainder deals with special contracts like contract of guarantee, bailment, pledge, so on and so forth. But in the syllabus of Mercantile Law Business Regulatory Framework of TYBCom 2013 pattern, we will only be dealing with the general principles governing the law of contracts. We will not be dealing with special contracts. So that's all in this introductory video. We've discussed, just to recap very briefly, what is the law of contract, what are its objects and its nature. And I hope you found it useful. And for more educational content on business studies in general, law, marketing, and business entrepreneurship in particular, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.